Yo, what's up?
Peace.
Good afternoon. Good afternoon. Wash your backsides, wash your phalanges. What's going on? This is T History. We live about to make history this afternoon. We're gonna start off with what's up with my guest? How you doing this afternoon, brother?
See history.
You can't hear me? Why is it always something? Uh wow. How you can't hear me? Hold up. I don't understand. Hold up. Yo, you can't hear me? Cause you still good morning, Duck Duck. You still can't hear me, Cause? I just don't hear me. Duck Duck, can you hear me, honey? Oh, this is the wrong
Peace,
one.
peace.
Hold on. Bro, calm
Deuces,
down when
what's
you don't
going
say.
on? Hit the
Hold on.
last link.
No, you're right.
Okay,
You're
hold
right.
on.
No, you're right. Yeah. Yo, let me see here. Ben, can you come back in now? Deuce, do you hear me now? I don't understand why this thing is giving problems like this. This thing's hooked right up there. Let me see. I'm just waiting for this thing to go in. That thing be tripping all the time for I don't know what reason. When it was up here earlier, it was going straight through. Now that's gonna mess me up. Yeah, I don't know what's the problem with with him pulling up. Why this thing is not going through? Oh, hold up a second. Let's see something right here. They use that the last one to pull up. Oh, I'm gonna just refresh the thing because Bay. Okay, I'm gonna see if it works now. We got 2,000 people in the building. Sorry for the what's going on. I seen the Travis hat came through earlier, and I seen this Deuce came. She's like always have technical difficulties. She jetted, but we'll get it underway once we get Bay up here. Like I said, happy Sunday. Everybody didn't come to the congregation yet anyway, but I wanted Duck Duck Deuce to be in here. She just returns once she figures sees it running. Well, anyway, like I said, the first, well, not the first weekend, but this weekend is celebrating Black History Month. Um, I don't know. I haven't been watching too much TV to see what type of like commercials and the you know what they're showing and what they're pulling out, as far as showing anything far as Black history goes. Uncle Les is in the building. Duck Ducks, you hear me? See, are you there now, babe?
Peace.
Yeah. Okay,
Okay.
but I don't know. I'll put it on pause because I could see this bother me a little bit. I don't know why this happens when we're up here, but anyway,
It
like
might
I
it
said,
might be my phone or something. I'm about to pause it real quick. Mute it. I mean, yeah, no, I'm about to get a new phone. I know it could be my phone or something like that. Sometimes I got to get on the iPhone just to get on the emails and all of that. So I'm about to get a new phone anyway. I'm due for an upgrade. But thank you for having me, man. Peace to the subscribers in the chat, all the supporters for being patient. Thank you so much. And thank you to you, T History, for having me, man. Thank you.
yeah, this is the show, man. So you don't basically have to thank me for being. This is the show that we be doing in the morning. As long as we get good feedback, and we need a lot of positive energy as well. Because I see my sis Duck Duck Deuce is in the building, and I thank her for pulling up. I like her since she's
Yeah,
been coming around, and plus she's a member and she's been pulling up. And yesterday was like a one of those. I don't want to go too far off in it, but yesterday definitely was one of those days in our YouTube streets. It was just kind of nasty, and I know homegirl haven't been around long enough to understand. You know how this thing is. You got to kind of be around for a while and take your
right.
bumps and bruises, whether you're a content creator or not. So I don't know for sure what happened, but actually, hi Tanya, thank you for coming. Um, I don't know exactly what happened. I'm not gonna carry on it, but I just hope that my sister, her homegirl, is all right because she, I was about to go crazy this morning because to see what was going on with her because it's only been a short period of time, but I know that she's, what I'm saying, a nice young lady that support me and somebody else. So, I just hope that she's good. Are you fine if you're still here? So we're gonna carry on. The first thing that I was gonna get before I'm gonna get the podium to you is if you have to choose the same person, but I'm also saying this weekend is well last week it was too, but I would say that this is Black History Month. I was just telling them I haven't been
Peace.
watching
Yes.
too much tell our vision to tell if we've been getting any type of appreciation. I'm pretty sure that they've been running ads and commercials, but I haven't been in tune with regular TV or anything like that to see what type of things that they got going on to celebrate Black History Month. I know into sports, basketball, the NBA, they always do the best that they can to show the support. I mean, whether they're smart, whether it is just being business, they always like way better than football, way better than any sport. The NBA,
Yeah, you hear
like
me?
really. Uh-huh.
No, I'm saying I like that you said the business part, right? Because without black people, there wouldn't be that much history. So, black history is every day, but for some people it's a business. I think I even seen like a McDonald's commercial with like Black History Month. I know they got the Ramadan commercial. So a lot of stuff is business for like people like me and you. This stuff is like every day. You know what I mean? So I like that you added that into it.
Word. And we in a, I mean, what I've turned to learn anyway over the years is and certain things that we didn't talk about before is that, I mean, this whole, I don't want to get too deep and too political on it, but basically this whole everything from our, the birth certificate stuff to Social Security and this whole America is a business. This whole everything that we're part of is a
Right.
business. So
It's a corporation.
it's a corporation. America is a corporation, and as soon as our parents sign over our legal rights and stuff like that, we're doomed. And it's a lot of backtracking to go through and a lot of
No, no, no,
education.
no. No, good that you touched on to that because yes, pretty much when they sign the birth certificate and things like that, they kind of make us a warden of the state. So now the state is kind of responsible for you also, just like your birth parents and things like that. So I see a lot of people stressing over and things like that. And if these people are responsible for you, then you need to reap some benefits that they have also, unless you're just free from the system. So wow, you're touching on a lot of great points this morning, man, and I like that. Peace. Go ahead, T. Yeah, I don't know if T, brother T history paused or what happened. I know he's gonna come back in, but definitely today, we're gonna be speaking about the brother that was the first certified medical practitioner here in America. He had kind of had to go outside of where he was born just to get that because here in New York, he was born in New York, and they were kind of denying him of that right, and he broke down a lot of barriers. So I don't want to like spoil it all because I know T History brought up the topic and everything. So we're going to speak about that.
Yeah, you could go ahead because, like I said, it's always the devil working hard, and not the devil by the person, but I'm on this, and people are calling and texting, and then that messes
Oh,
up
okay,
things.
okay.
So I mean, it's not too much because
No,
I
but
didn't go.
I like a lot of stuff that I like a lot of stuff that you bring up, and that speaks values for your character and everything like that, man. And you kind of like changing the game here on YouTube, man. You like changing the game.
Here he goes with the gas station, Exxon. Give me
No, no,
20.
definitely
Give
you
me
are,
20
man.
on
You are.
history. I see friendly distortion in
Yes.
the building. Thanks, brother. For coming through.
He's the friendly association.
You could chime on it because, like I said, I kind of put you like, that's the, which one is the anchor? I'm the color guy, like, that's you. So I'm more or less like you could kick the ballistics if you went deep or read a little bit on. I just know that like what you said was true. He was a physician as well as an author, and he also, like you said, went into took his studies to Germany to come back to America to be the first medical doctor that we had in the United States to record. And I just wanted to just like I told you what our thing is we're gonna get one or two people all this month, obviously, to just shine on them, shine on people who shine for us and paved the way and done things, for not just us as a people, but for America, for
Humanity.
for
Humanity.
humanity, period. So we just wanted to give my brother James McCLUNE Smith, which is probably one of your great great uncles, if you once you pay attention to it, you know how that goes down. But yeah,
No, and you're right. You're right because one of the sisters, I can't remember her name, but one of the sisters that was actually going to the college, the university, she actually found out that he was actually her uncle. He was a relative to her. So you're actually right, and he was definitely an ally with Frederick Douglass. And a lot of people wrote about him. He broke down a lot of barriers of when people were saying that quote unquote black people was inferior. He broke down the barriers, and I like his attitude and I like his spirit because he actually came back to where he was born, and he saved a lot of people. You know what I mean? And he helped heal a lot of people, black and white. And he was actually he worked in the it was the black, I think it's like the Black Child Asylum or something like that, where he actually helped with medicine and actually how to save these people where they felt that was kind of like just dead, and they was throwing these people to the trash. And he's still getting awards to this day. They just actually gave him an award. I think it was like maybe like 3 months ago. But yes, he was kind of like one of those people that changed the whole medical world, especially when it came to black and brown people. And he had a lot of students, black, quote unquote Puerto Rican, quote unquote white. He had a lot of students, man. So and like I said, he's still getting honors to this day. So it's good that you brought him up. You know, a lot of us, we learned about him in school. A lot of us are learning about him today. And a lot of people never heard of him. And being that you brought up this topic here on your channel, they're going to go and do some research later on. You know what I mean? And then they're going to be able to bring the research back to the comment section, and we're going to be able to learn more. But yes.
Right. Like I also was saying, it's funny. I was telling you to begin the show what I said about homegirl about Duck Duck Deuce. She just said that she wrote a paper on him and she loves him. And the interesting thing with the both of y'all that y'all know or whatever y'all was there, I didn't never. I probably heard the name in passing and just didn't get into it, but I definitely didn't write a paper. And it's quite interesting that she wrote a paper. You knew the background. I just happened to get up today and say we gotta choose. I gotta choose one of those people, and that's how we got here. So that's interesting. Also, in a situation like that, I always do things like this anyway. I have like I'm sixth dimension. I'm like I'm out of the world with these things. My boy. I had a friend that I worked at with Target years ago, and I'm not into politics and stuff like that, but we was talking something around those terms of politician or whatever, and I had told him I was like, "Yo, what's the dude's name in Chicago? He looks good." I was like, "I don't know what it is. There's something about this dude. I've been seeing him lately. I've been because I have those feelings, like I said, that extra stuff." So basically, obviously, I'm talking about Obama. Like before Obama even ran, I told this kid that was into that type of stuff. I seen Obama like a couple of times doing stuff, and it just seemed like it was right. Next thing I know, I turn around, he's running for the president. I'm like, yo, that. So that's what I was saying. I mean, I'm always a part of crazy stuff like that, as well as like I said to bring him up. And then my girl Ducey over there wrote a paper about him in school. That's quite interesting. Um, Also, what I want you to touch on this afternoon is this. I think we have at least 2 to 5 minutes for this every time we do one of these. But I'm just into the want to like just touch the mental health issue that we have going on in America and in our community, and definitely on YouTube because we get a lot of dosage of that and a lot of triggers. A lot of people, like I think some people use YouTube for, as they say, for their therapy or getaway. This is where they come from, but if this is where they come from, but at the same time, this is a place where it triggers you to, go back to
No, you're right. They come here, they say that this is their therapy, but a lot of times they're using it in the wrong way, and then they might blame me or a person like you or somebody else, and that's not right. So mental therapy, I mean mental illness is similar to physical illness, right? You eating the wrong things, and remember everything starts off. We're gonna say like the mental and then the physical, but then some people might say the spiritual, the mental, and then the physical, right? So a lot of things we think, and then we make ourselves sick. That's like when you go into psychosomaticism or something, right? So when you're listening to the wrong music, bad conversations, and even the conversations that we have with ourselves, right? Sometimes we tell ourselves, you're not good enough, you're this, you're that, or we might repeat what other people say of us or what we might think other people think of us. We start repeating it in our head, and then it creates like a mental illness, right? Now, mental illness can, of course, be cured with the right thoughts and things like that. Like physical illness can be cured with the right foods, the right medicine, and things of that nature. So a lot of us are dealing with mental illness, or was dealing with mental illness, and a lot of us are embarrassed by it, right? We're embarrassed by it. We think that this is something that lasts forever, right? You have an illness, you have like diabetes, or you have cancer, or you have something that can be cured, or it can be reversed. And a lot of us have mental illness, and we think that this is a lifetime thing. So we just don't even get help for it, or we just embarrassed. We're just embarrassed, and we don't want to go get help. And when you have a lot of these people, quote unquote white people, rich people, different type of people, they're going to therapists every week, because just like you go to the gym and you're working on your physical self and you want to be strong, you have to work on your mental self or your psychological self also. And then when you look at the psychological and the physical, it all works together. So everything starts. I'm gonna say, because I know a lot of people, when you talk about the spirit, they might get a little confused. So I'm gonna say everything starts at the mental, and then it trickles down to the physical. So when, a lot of times when you see people with physical ailments or physical illness, it started in the mental first. Whether they was thinking about eating the bad foods, or thinking about the drugs, or this or that, or just thinking bad about themselves, it trickles down to the physical, and you start to feel it in the physical. You know what I mean? So I feel like a lot of people, um some of them need to get professional help, you know?
Yeah, and that's the thing. I would tell people, because I went to therapy myself and still basically
Me
attached
too.
to it,
Me too.
but
Yeah.
I haven't went to no well, I haven't went to a certain one in a while. But the thing is, I tell people that, like, if you're in a place like my state, like in Massachusetts, Boston, most of the time, like if you have any type of health insurance, it's not like you said, it's not the money that those rich and famous people who go through more problems than us are paying. I think if it's something that's going to help you and you're not really coming out of pocket like that, it's something that a lot of us should look into. Like I said, that's where I learned, and I tell people about holding issues that you have with people. That's something that I think that me, I'm familiar with, because me and you, our sign connects. A lot of people don't believe in that,
Right.
but
Right.
I'm not too much into astrology, and I'm not going to take it there. But I noticed
Well, when
that
you look
most
at
of
you hear me? Real quick. Well, I mean, when you look at astrology, you got to remember astrology. Some people say solar numerology. It's 30% of your personality, and then your DNA is another 30. So, and then your experience that you go through is another 30%, right? So it's a small percentage of your personality, but you can overcome these certain things. And everything that you're saying is right, man. A lot of us, we might, like, now when you go to a psych and like you overdo it, you got to get that help where, like, say, hey, you go to a therapist and you're able to tell a stranger. Because I know some people say, I ain't telling a stranger my problems, this and the third. But then you go next door and then you tell your gossip, your neighbor that gossips to the whole project, your problems. And now everyone knows your problems plus lies about you. And now you're feeling some type of way. So, we got to start doing what matters to us,
right.
health wise, especially if you have children.
Right, because the thing that I was getting into about the astrology, well, my point was that I was saying, because both being cancers, I know that I was
Yeah,
saying
yeah.
about the hoarding, because we're all are
Mm-hmm.
different, but I
True.
noticed with us cancers is like we're different. We will let people do stuff and we won't say anything about it. And then it's gonna
Mm-hmm.
build up, and then it's gonna come to a point that when we do finally
Yeah.
address a person, it's gonna be like a goddamn bomb session. Like, oh my God. So that's the things that, but it's the characteristic I think that's in me. But that's why I said I don't like to try to hoard anything, which I understand a relationship is kind of hard too. I mean, any type of relationship, just communicating with a person. It's like, if a person make a mistake or didn't mean to do something, can you really just, go crazy on them or tell them like tell them off because of little stuff. But that's why naturally we don't do it. You don't do it. But then it comes to a point that if you keep doing it, like I
But you
said,
know, you know what I learned? You know what I learned? Because no, I know exactly what you're talking about because I have done it in the past, and sometimes I still do it. But I learned now is to be blunt and to be stern with people, but do it with care. So if you're not liking something that someone is doing to you or even to themselves, you gotta express it, but it's the way you do it. It's the way you do it, you know?
right, correct. Because but like I said, the best thing about it is like I said, I don't you don't need to hoard the things. Certain people who,
Sure.
I mean, I look at things way differently than people do on any type of simple situation, I guess. Um, because I figure, like you said, if you tell a stranger and then it amounts to nothing, everybody know your business when you have the but you're scared to tell somebody who has a license and sworn to not tell none of your business or they're gonna get in trouble. It's like your confidentiality, so you'll be better going the legal the right way about it. Some people think that they don't care, but like I said, trust me, when you're in there, you just let all of that stuff out. That's basically like why some criminals end up telling on themselves or whatever when they're pressed because you don't. The weight of you're a good person and you did something really
Okay.
crazy to somebody.
Yeah.
That's why a lot of people break down and tell on themselves because they can't hold that shit in anymore. You see what I'm saying?
What's
It
that? The
sounds
first 48, right? First
yeah.
48, you see that a lot.
Right. So, but like I said, I think that it's just healthy. It's just just like us getting out and getting clinics and going to hospital, period. You know what I'm saying? It's a hard thing for us males to do because it's like basically you gotta be on your deathbed to get a brother up in a hospital, you know what I'm saying, or a clinic.
Right.
So, and those are things that, like I tell people, and then they will, oh, that medication on this and this is not going to work. Well, the reason why a lot of people die, they be like, oh, when he start taking the stuff, that's when he died. He's like, yeah, but he's been ignoring that for 22 years, and then he takes the medication for 6 months. Of course, he's going to croak. It's not going to work.
Right.
You know what I mean? So, uh, I would say the next one is like I would just get into this like when you was talk about the physical and even myself, big guy, can shed some, but I think for both of them, it's like I was saying yesterday when I went to the grocery store. That's why sometimes I take the people with me, and I just think that if you don't do much activity, to just give yourself like saying a couple walks around the block and stuff like that, getting fresh air with this pandemic or whatever, with this thing going on that's been going on, you don't need to just be sitting around loafing. So sometimes just go out there if you could jog, run, whatever it is, just walk, pace yourself. Go get some fresh air every day, you know what I'm saying, for at least an hour, I mean half an hour to 50 minutes or something like that to get some fresh air.
Yeah, no, I was gonna say that's definitely true. Whatever you do, put some type of physical exercise in it. Remember, you seen? I know you probably seen the pictures or the videos of Muhammad Ali, God bless the dead, when he used to push his granddaughter or his daughter, and he used to run while he was pushing her. So, and then too, it's a lot of what you think, right, and your mental thought and everything like that. A lot of times, it's not what goes in your mouth, but a lot of times, what's in your mind. So that's why I don't knock anybody. You know what I mean? You can and I tell people to do physical exercise, even if it's 15 minutes to 20 minutes a day, some push-ups, some jumping jacks, some squats, you know what I mean? Keep you active and keep the blood flowing because blood is the key of life.
Right, that's cool. Um, Again, we go to the history of somebody. I know you have a lot, but is there somebody who's like birthday that's near, or somebody that's like dear to you from your studies and your reading that you would like? We're not gonna put it on a whole segment, but just somebody that you follow that put you in the direction that you're into today. They like to have you, well grounded with the things that we're talking about. A leader that you don't always hear his or her name out there a lot.
Well, one of the teachers. was Iman Issa. You know, Iman Issa. I grew up in Queens, but I used to always go to Brooklyn a lot of times, Bushwick, Brooklyn. So Iman Issa was one of those teachers that you know, he's one of the first quote unquote black men to have the wheat pizza. You know, they had the pizza shop, they had the Nubian laundromat, and you can definitely Google that. And then he had 12 blocks sold up, and so 12 blocks down. So I say Iman Issa, and I respect the brother Martin Luther King. You know, I know a lot of people wasn't with the nonviolent movement and things of that nature, but we can learn from everyone. So yeah, I would say definitely those two men right there.
Yeah, that's powerful. The thing that I start noticing, and I don't knock anybody, as you say, in those terms where I start seeing younger adults and cats bashing Martin Luther King, and I'm like, look, hey, when you haven't, what have you put up? I mean, the man tried, and then a lot of
Right.
stuff that people can say is like, you know, a lot of whatever is there to be done would happen, and people saying these things are all in hindsight too. You know what I mean? It was a lot that that man, and being a brave man, period, even with the marching and doing the things that he did at that time, you could barely get people to move like that in these times when it's not as crazy as it was then.
You know how I look at it? I look at it like this, right? Is right now I'm 43 years old, right? So the way I handled things at 23 is not the way I would handle things now, right? So you might look at somebody and say, "Wow, that's not the way I would have did it." But as you get older, then you start to agree with a little bit of the way that they move, right? When we was 20 years old, we was kind of more like, you know, a little bit more wilder, a little bit more head buster. But as you get older, you kind of like, you know, more so ready to spare people's lives, to spare your life, and you start to think different as your mental grow, as your vocabulary grow, and things like that. You change, you know, you change. So I respect all of those leaders for what they came, and the effort that they put, because it wasn't easy doing what they did. Even though if I don't agree with everything that they did, but to get up there and to fight, you know, they was fighting against dogs, man. They was like fighting against dogs and human beings and things like that. It's not easy when you got a lot of these quote unquote G's. It's easy for them because they're shooting down their people, and then they calling themselves this and that. So I respect all of them, man. From Malcolm X to Elijah Muhammad, to Martin Luther King, to Noble Drew Ali, Marcus Garvey, they all came with something that benefited us all. Whether you agree with it, whether you was Nation of Islam, whether you was Moral Science Temple, whether you was a Nuwapian, trust me, you benefited from it, especially if you lived in that community in Bushwick, Brooklyn at that time, where Iman Issa, you know, they was doing the Tablighin, and I think they was Islamic Hebrews or something of that nature, and you benefited from it. You know what I mean? Whether Nation of Islam in Harlem, Malcolm X, Marcus Garvey, the teachings. So I give you know, I give props where props is due, man. I benefited from all of them.
Right now, like I said, we really like starving for the next person or whatever. What do you think that why we lack leadership at this time?
I think a lot of us lack leadership because we're you know, passing the buck to the next person. And first, you got to be that leader within yourself or within your household. You're kind of like your own government. So I think that we pass the buck to other people, and then if they quote unquote fail us, we put the blame on them. And it's easy to do that because then now you have no blame on yourself. So I think that we kind of all have to play our separate part, right? Play our separate part, and then we come together as a collective like that.
Yeah, because like I said, it's a lot of things going on. Like I said, from to being the need of saving our children and protecting our women. Those two things are like very serious right now, and
Right.
I'm trying to figure out. what are the things, or the resources, or the type of people that we need to contact, or what type, like building, like we're building now, what type of things that we could do to like get off there, like I said before, my brother Friendly, we had a lot of shows where, well, especially on his platform, we had a lot of shows where we're showing domestic violence cases, and just like any of the world star videos where we see elderly women getting disrespected, and older men themselves getting kicked in the rear ends and just pushed down and just treated like animals. And all you got is people out there tape recording, pulling out their phones. That's all you see nowadays. Somebody catching a beat down, something crazy happening. All you see is a bunch of phones out. Now, how do you feel about? I mean, basically, I'm gonna say it straight up: those people are cowards. Because, like I said, one time on Friendly Show was something in Brooklyn where the old lady, she's like going down the street with her bags, and the guy's really just trying to take her purse. I mean, that was the sting of the '80s. Like, you mean in 2020, there's somebody out there really robbing the elderly, and these dudes are standing on the block. These gangsters out there. There's dudes that was gonna have a rap session in a half an hour talking about how they shoot up the block and spin back. Tape recording an elderly
You know
woman
what?
getting beat on.
You know what it is? It's a lot of people that's just looking out for self, and they're trying to get what they feel like they deserve, right? So when you see a young brother or sister or a gang of people beating up on an old lady, a lot of them feel like they was taken advantage of by whoever, the government, whoever. Now they're going to take advantage of somebody that has the same thing they have or doesn't even have as much as they have. So it's kind of like a person feels like they're taken advantage of. I'm gonna take advantage of someone, and then we're dealing with, like you mentioned earlier, we're dealing with a lot of mental illness, a lot of psychological illness where it's not being treated. It's not being treated. So a lot of these people lurk in our community, and they're not like me or you or like the next person that might have ours under control. They're not getting any help. They're not going to the doctor. They're not taking their medicine. And then two, a lot of them are mixing it with they're mixing it with the alcohol, with the Hennessy, with the loud, and mixing all of that. It's like a big conjunction. And then some of them are not eating. They're living in poverty, and I always say a lot of these people bring this upon themselves. I know people who came from good families or okay families that made their own life hell. So we're dealing with a lot of mental illness, and a lot of these people, they don't see what they're doing is wrong. They see it as, hey, this is what I'm surviving. And then going to the music, like the drill music and all that. I just put up a post on my Instagram, Cosmology Bay, that I don't put all the blame on these drill rappers. I put some of the blame on the people who's pimping them. And then a lot of these people have smart and intelligent people next to them, but some of those people are just pushing them, right? They're just pushing them. They're getting money off of them and things like that. This music creates a personality. So a person can listen to this music and they create their own personality based on this music, and then they go out and do what's in this music. So this is what's happening. I don't listen to the music, um, but yeah, we're dealing with a lot of mental illness, and when I see things like that, I feel that the quote unquote gangsters, like you said, should step up, because if they see anything else, they're gonna step up and they're gonna be ready to buck you down. But when it comes to justice, true justice, they're like quiet for some reason. You know what I mean?
Um, Hold on, the brother's trying to ask a question. I think
Okay.
from basically what I can basically see what you said, Pete, that was wrong, but that's the entrapment. It looked like you're talking about some form of
What happened?
entrapment. All because
What's the
he
question?
asked if he fed you prison. Hold on, if I feed you poison for years, then fed you proper food for a couple of months after I gave it to you, gave you poison for so long. What's gonna be your assessment as me as a person?
Well, yeah, a lot of people, a lot of these people, they need healing. They need healing. They was fed poison for so long that now they need the proper healing. Where now you need the medicine. you need the medicine to heal you. Now the natural medicine won't work as it should. So now if you've been in the trenches for so long and then you have somebody that's coming to you and they're telling you what's right, you might not want to listen because now you're so deep, you got so much drama in the streets. You don't want to listen to that now. You're so embedded it where you feel like this quote unquote poison is kind of like benefiting more. So it gets deep.
Yeah, I guess I mean not I guess, but that was a good question. Also like Bay would like to have all the time is the people to hear as well. If you want to ask them a question or ask um and I ask any questions. That's what we're gonna do. Because, like I said, we're gonna have these so that these we have this good bills, but that they don't be exaggerated long joints. So we're getting to that halfway to past halfway mark. And like I said, if you guys want to gather some questions that you might want to ask Bay, basically a lot of this stuff is about about our community and things that reflect you. Just like, what I'm saying, that's how this platform is. Basically, if it's coffee table talk in the morning with Bay, or it's me by myself, or it's with Friendly Extortion, we're always trying to just find ways. And like, even if it's a lot of ratchetness or whatever, the program that we present to you, I always try to, like I said, find a way besides telling you to put a smile on a stranger's face, to just think for doing something good for the community or something positive, because we're inflicted with so much negativity each and every day. Whether it's up here, it's going outside, it's going to the store, whatever we do is just like so many people are getting bent out of shape. People don't communicate with another person as well. People don't know how to greet one another. People don't know how to treat one another. And it's like, that's not going to make things speed up into a process of healthiness and this world changing. That's why, like, when I see people, like, I don't know why people are afraid of change and why people wouldn't be geeked up to, like, see difference by all of us communicating. I mean, by all this also communicating, but us
Well,
all
you know what
contributing
it is?
to a
You know
better
what
day.
it is? A lot of people are comfortable in the mud, right? Like a lot of people are comfortable in the dark. Like then if you listen to the positive feedback that somebody telling you, and then you have to change your life, it changes everything. You change one step, it changes multitudes in your life. So a lot of people don't want that. They're so comfortable. Like some people, they might lay in the bed all day, and then you put on the lights and you tell them to get up, let's go outside. It's very uncomfortable for them. So some people are just comfortable where they at. You know what I mean? And I think it's very selfish in a way. Like I said, I always go back, especially if you have children, if you're a caregiver or whatever, it's very selfish to do that. But some people are comfortable where they at.
That was good. Triple deuces. Bay, how do we build after we change? How do we forgive and heal after the past? Because healing has to occur for all of us to be able to stop attacking.
Yeah, definitely. We got to change our mind state. And two, it got to be in our heart, right? Because a person can't show that love to someone else if it's not truly in their heart. We got to see where it can benefit not just us, but the whole of humanity, and it can benefit our small community, whether it's your household, whether it's your block, your neighborhood, and like I said, going on to humanity. So I would say first we got to change our heart, our spirit. We got to change our mind state. And sometimes I'll keep the focus on myself. Sometimes I just do things, man. I'll just give things to people, and I try to make the right decisions when I give it to a person that needs it the most. And I know it make a difference where I'll take the focus off myself when I'm doing it, right? I don't do it for the ego. I just do it for the heart. And I say, okay, if I do this, then this person will benefit, and then it'll trickle down maybe to their children or whoever. So for what the sister said, I would say we got to change our spirit, and we got to do things that we know that make sense, not because We want to do it, but just because we have to do it, we know that it makes proper sense. And then I think we'll start seeing the change because we'll start influencing other people. They see you do it and they say, wow, okay, wow, this is, and then it feels good, and then they do it to someone else. If I give to you, you don't have to necessarily give back to me. You can give it to someone else and let it go on and on. Pass the baton.
Okay, that's good. I see Rafik in there.
Oh, peace
Oh,
and
peace and
Rafik,
Rafik,
man,
man,
good
good
brother.
brother.
Yes,
No,
sir.
it's all good. I was trying to put it out there for
Shalom.
him. Now, P West, when we do this show, we want the Q&A. I'm not gonna let guests on. It's not gonna be an open pen on this platform on this program. The only time is if we probably have a guest up there is unless it be prior agreement and we all be on the same thing. But for the most part,
You,
this
you
is
must, you
we're
must, you hear
You
me?
hear me?
You must have definitely read my mind because I was saying the same thing. If it's somebody that we speak to prior and they have something to say that's kind of connected to the topic or whatever, definitely you let them on one person and then the next week and then we all poly, but definitely, man, shout out to the chat. I can't
Man, I
see you
think
right
I
now, but I
like P
see the
West's
chat.
mind. It's just that that's so like especially because that's a whole nother thing that
Mhm.
me and Friendly is gonna have to have a show about. I think later or sometime this week. I mean, that's not well, it is here and there, but not for this program. But we about that open panel thing, which I usually always agree with. But like I said, for this show, we're not gonna do that. Excuse me, because the reason why I said I brought it up is because on other angles, like I was talking about, what happened with the Sister Triple Dudes, duck is it's people, especially not my brother here, P West, but it's people that like utilize and come up to these panels with no with their certain agendas and vice versa, like just not getting a little bit ahead of themselves. But it's hard for me to
Okay.
explain it the way of me thinking about it now. But it's just a lot of things going on.
Right.
Right.
No, you're
Oh,
right. That's just
that's
like
cool. Go
you
ahead,
hear
brother.
me? No, I was gonna say that's right. That's just like a lot of times before I come on the show, you always sit down and you talk to me, or you send me a text and you say, "Hey, this is what we're gonna build about." So when I get on, I kind of know my part and I know what to say and what not to say. So I like how you keep it organized. That's good, and I can see your growth and how you professing your growth, man. That's good. I'm proud of you.
Thanks, bro. But it's all good. I'm just trying to conduct it. I would have, like I said, at any other time, P West knows. I always like to hear what he got to say. I would just say that either ask big question or even give us the answer, P West, from that side.
Mhm.
But 'cause like I said, we was only we got time, but we was like I said, we got a few more minutes. But like I said, we wanted to put in the time frame and just go over a few of the things that we went through. But like I said, we are definitely willing for the Q&A.
Right,
Right.
right. If they
Right.
got
There
any
are any
questions and
questions and
answers,
answers.
Oh,
definitely.
that's
Anything about
Anything about
spirituality or
spirituality or
anything.
anything.
Because I
Because I
seen the
seen the
last
last
one,
one.
they had
They
some
had
good
some.
questions. They had some good questions. I went back into the chat and I seen they had some good questions, man. So you got some good subscribers and some good people in your chat, man. And I respect all of their questions, man. That's strong. I like that.
so. How do you like to get off topic with? I mean, that would be something funny too. Because I was for some reason I was gonna ask you like, how do you feel about like hip hop? Um, like what they was talking about, far as it basically two things: having a Hall of Fame for hip hop, and also like the veterans being taken care of, like what Swiss Beats and somebody else has been talking about, trying to figure out a way for those older brothers that started the game that might not be, saying got the monies that some of these younger artists got up today to like have some type of pension or whatever.
Um, I think that would be great, man. I think if something like that can come about, I think that would be great because these people actually, through their lyrics and through their lessons and everything, they was actually able to shape the mentality and shape society for the good. So I think if the right people are compensated and you know, for their and for their benefits and everything, I think that would be great, man. And as far as hip hop alone, I'm more like right now, like, you know, what's in my playlist is like maybe like some Nas, some Mos Def, some Capital Steez, God bless the dead, and I do listen to some of this new stuff like I don't know if it's Little Baby, one of them Little Baby, Little TJ, A Boogie, certain songs, anything that if it has like a little jewel in it. And I've been listening to this other guy, I think his name is Major Nine. Major Nine, he's pretty good, but for the most part, it's like Nas, Mos Def, some of the old Kanye West. I heard the new album. I like some of it, and some of the songs I kind of skip. But like as far as this new drill stuff and all of that, not really. You know, not really. But as far as hip hop, I'm sorry. Go ahead. Go ahead.
Oh, my fault. Well, I agree with you when you said like on the Little Baby. I think it's the one for Atlanta. I like that one, not necessarily the ones that gets in
Yeah, I can't
too
remember
much trouble.
which
But they
one it
both
is.
are. See, that's one thing that I think
It's a
when
slim
people
guy. The
say about
slim
it.
one is the
Yeah,
baby, right?
yeah, the slim one is from ATL. That's Little Baby.
Okay.
The other one is the baby.
Okay.
But
Yeah.
so like what I was gonna say about this thing is like when it comes to that, I try to like when you hear certain people say, "Yo, it's take a guy that's probably been outside," or certain people to talk to those youngsters. I think I could, but I might not qualify the way that they say it. But I think like with the issues that they have, and I ask somebody else, it's just a big that I try to get to. It's a big gap between our generation and their generation and the way we move. We used to run the streets, be wild, but we have respect. My last guest, Sean Don, was an interview Friday night, and he was talking about that. Like, and we grew up together. Like, you know, we would see, you know, especially being like almost down south, basically in VA, and you know, we'll be out there, we're smoking, we're drink, we're doing with our thing, but we would see, you know, seeing grandma, auntie come pull up. She got groceries. We're gonna stop what we're doing. We're gonna act like we wasn't doing that, even though she knows better. But the respect that we're gonna stop doing it, and we're gonna pull her groceries out and put it in the house and don't ask for anything. You see what I'm saying? Where you
Right.
know this generation might do something else, but the thing that I'm getting at as well is I don't want to. I know. Listen to the music as well. Like I said, we all older and we felt like our time was our time, just like our parents thought what they was listening to was their thing. And we used to go, oh man. But we listened to soul music stuff. It wasn't an argument. We just wanted to be able to listen to rap without them just bashing it. But again, I don't want to get into a shouting match with a youngster. I don't want to be pointing my finger to them, telling them how they wrong and they're the worst that ever was involved and all of that type of stuff. Because if that's the case, that's not going to help anything. And that's one thing I know about the youngsters, that they don't listen as much, but they'll listen to who they want to listen to. But you're definitely not going to get their attention by bashing them and making them seem like they're the worst that ever lived. And then, like I said, and listen to the music. You know, I'll be off and on with it, like you said. But it's certain songs and certain moods that you be in that, like, I'm not gonna say all of it is garbage, but like you said, me, I'm a lyricist guy, and I like substance in the music as well. I do want to bop
You know
my
what
head
it
and
is,
have
T?
fun.
You hear me, T? It's just mute the mic real quick.
I'm trying to.
Okay, yeah, it's just like if you talk to one of the young brothers in the town, right? Now, if he's talking just gibberish and he's just talking craziness, then you fall back. But some of these young brothers, you can tell they want to change, right? I'm in the Bronx. So one of the wildest, craziest blocks is 167 in College Avenue, right? So I used to work over there, right? Morris, right around the corner, Morris and 167. So I used to do building management. So it was a lot of young shorties coming over there for work, right? They wanted to do labor work. They would take out garbage, do whatever. So many of them that I came past, they was like, yo, man, can you take me to the mosque? Can you do this? Can you do that? Yo, do you have an extra Quran? And a lot of them were kind of stuck in between the gang life and like that. You could tell they wanted to change because unless they was just playing games, but a lot of them would come and I was like, wow. So a lot of them that I would speak to, rest in peace to the young brother Billy. You can Google this, man. He got killed 167 in college. And I used to talk to him all the time. And one of the main things I used to tell him is get out the neighborhood for a little while, man. You know, because I used to go to the city, man. I jump on the D train and I run straight to West 4th, and I'd be in the city where I felt a little bit more relaxed. And two, it used to spark my creativity, you know, with the dressing and, you know, I do the fashion, like I did these T-shirts here, but it kind of sparked me a little bit. And I used to tell them, yo, just get out the community for a little while. I mean, get out the neighborhood for a little bit. And sometimes I used to tell them, listen, man, if you go left when you wake up in the morning, just go right. Walk around the block. Different, you know, different directions, different walks of life can do something to your mental state. And then when he got killed last year, man, it hurt me, man. They shot him in the head, all over the body and everything like that. But I heard somebody on another blog talking about that these kids won't listen to you. They will listen to you. I think it's the approach. I think when you're preaching to them too much and they know they're out there doing wrong, it kind of bothers their consciousness. And then they might kind of like, when they see you, they cross the street. But every time I see one of the young brothers, I drop something on them and I keep it moving because there's only so much you can do, right? Now, if you believe in the saying that it's all written, whatever's going to happen is supposed to happen, then, you know, I just drop something on them and I keep it moving to give them something to think about. Because I remember a lot of the OGs, they used to tell me certain things that now it's clicking to me now, or I remember it like a year later when I'm faced with a certain adversity in my life. And I'm like, oh, snap. And then I can use what they said. So whatever, I don't care if how they look at me,
Right.
I still drop something.
That's how I am, bro. If I can, it'd be hard. But if I go to a place, I always try to drop a gem the way that I am, and you know, I try to just throw something to somebody over. They might go over their head, but I'm the type of person like I've done it before. Like I said with the sixth dimension things. Like I have times, you know, with buddies or whatever, and I say stuff, and then we'll be talking about something like a week later, and one of my homies or somebody just be like, "Yo, Chi, you're crazy." They'll just start laughing. I'll be like, "What are you laughing at?" And they'll just be like, "Yo, they'll be reciting or playing something in their head."
Right.
You know, like I peep stuff like I mean, it's corny, it's nothing really, but like I used to be like they would say a know it all. So like my boy used to get mad. Like so when Mobb Deep first came out. They, you know, we used to love having the cover, reading the inserts and all of that stuff. We used to go crazy. So we was reading it and we was looking at it, and I seen Prodigy on the roof, and I was like telling my homies, I was like, "Yo, something's wrong with dude." And they're like, "What the fuck is you?" This like, "Yo, what the f are you talking about? You don't know what you're talking about. What do you mean something's wrong with him? He's just chilling." I was like, "Nah, look at his face. Something's wrong with the nigga." Now,
Right.
6, 7 years later, what did I know about Prodigy that they didn't know and it was laughing at me about? Did I see in a picture before they first came out? What was it that I seen, babe?
I don't know, man. What you seen? Some knowledge in them, some wisdom.
Nah, I could tell that he had sickle cell, bro.
Oh, okay. Oh, okay. Oh, wow.
I could see. I was telling them the way how he was standing and his look on his face. I was like, something is wrong with him. So he has something. Back then, before he ever started talking about that stuff, my man get up here now and he'll tell you like, yo, he said that shit like years later. When he said it, I was just looking at my nigga like I told. There's like you motherfucker, you know, because now it gets to the point that you was right. All right, you're right again, but. It ain't about me being right. It's just certain things that I see out there different.
Do you feel like you got that type of gift? Do you feel like that type of gift? You got that type of gift?
No, I definitely, I'm telling you, I definitely be on there with certain things and certain numbers. I can't utilize it to my strength of like just abusing it. I can't do that. But like certain, like even celebrities and stuff, I didn't see.
Maybe you should start practicing it, man. I might come to you to do a reading for me, do some a reading wisdom for me or something like that. But if you got that gift, I would say practice it. You're gonna get better at it.
But see, the thing about it is just like I don't know if it's a total gift. It's there and it's not Like you
Okay.
said, I would have to study. But things like that, it could be ungodly because you know what it is. When you got that type of gift, then you're gonna play with it and you're gonna start reaching for things that is off course. You see what I'm
Right.
saying? You're definitely gonna get caught off course. That's just
Yeah.
like
Just
I
do
even
it. Just
feel.
do it. I would say just do it for positivity. Like, say for instance, if someone comes to you for advice and you know something or you feel something, I would say just be honest with them as possible. You know what I'm saying? Just be
Oh
honest with
yeah,
them.
I
Yeah.
mean all the time. I just told the community on the backside what the fireworks is going on right now. I
Okay.
try to take the lighters and the matches away, but they still want to let off these fireworks. So it ain't nothing I can do about it. Yeah,
Right.
definitely. If I see somebody harm way or something, if I can advise like anything, when I know about a job or I don't know strangers on the type, I can see dudes and they be frustrated about a job. I know there's a job to get. I'll just go tell that person, yo, you go down there, you're gonna get a job. Like I'm like that. That's
Mm.
automatic with me. I'm not gonna hold something that I can tell anybody that can move further.
And I bet you a lot of times they wind up getting a job, right?
Yeah, if there's something, yeah, if it's something that's right there, yeah. Or anything, any type of assistance that I know, anything that like what we be talking about, like we're talking about
Yeah.
here, or going to a church, going to a pantry, going somewhere that you're gonna get
Mm.
some type of help that you might need. If I know about that, I'm gonna tell somebody. I'm not gonna sit on it and not say anything. You know what I'm saying? A lot of people will know the answers to your questions, but since they don't know you or don't have any dealings with you, they won't tell you. You know what I'm saying? But everybody's different. Like I said, we're gonna wrap it up in a few. If any of the guys, Deuce, you got another question or something before we get out of here in a few. I appreciate everybody that came this afternoon. It ended up going quick, but that's why I kind of, I like this situation. That's why I don't want to overdo it. Just give it enough.
Right, right,
Um,
right. You got a great audience too. Now, one episode we could probably do this in the near future, but I noticed that in your audience last week they were speaking about crystals and things like that. So I see you got some people, some subscribers and things that's into crystals, and I said maybe one episode we could speak about that.
okay.
Are you
Is
into
it you,
crystals?
Deuce? It might be Deuce. I don't know. I'm not into that stuff. Not to say it
Okay.
like that, but I'm not.
Right,
Um,
right, 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 right.
yeah. So, like I said, moving further, we definitely we might get a little bit off course, but like I said, we probably do like this week that we might just jump on there on a Wednesday or a Thursday too and come for a little while and say hello
Yeah,
to you guys
I
too.
definitely wouldn't mind getting with you later on in the
Yeah.
week. Definitely.
So, and like I said, just before we get out of here, again, if anybody, or anything, like I said, this is what Bay's been asking as well. I mean, for this program again, like Deuce, your hair keep killing you. Oh, she has crystals. Okay, this was Deuce. If like like he said, and then that's when somebody would be able to come to the podium. Of course, it would be Deuce, but
Who's
she's
that?
the
Deuce?
one with yeah, she's
That's
the one who has the crystals. So in the future, or whatever, if you want to come up and talk about that, or like if coming up, just leave messages on my wall or whatever. That's a part of your membership. Or let me know what you got going on, and
yes.
you
I said.
they
I
can.
said, what's your favorite crystal?
She heard you. She'll answer. I also was gonna. So I was just gonna say, baited on tell them like duck did anything um yeah, anything, John too. Anything that y'all come up while we go through the oh, you're showing a crystal, Deuce. And he asked what was your favorite crystal, if you could ever if you can respond to it.
Yeah,
Well,
I
like
like
I
the
said,
tiger eyes too.
no,
Yeah,
you was off a little. Yeah.
um,
Show the other one again, because you was kind of on the right hand
oh,
in the mid. She said onyx.
it's not a turbaline. I forgot the name of it. I know it starts with an O. Obelisk or something like that. She probably knows, but I know it's not a turbaline.
She guessed onyx at first, but I'm pretty sure that came straight to
Oh,
your head.
that might be it. I got the pyrite pendulum. Yeah, so I got a few things, but yeah, that could be a topic that we speak about upcoming.
You got a few gadgets there. Yeah, so I guess nobody oh, okay. I can read it. I'm cool because that's what we here both for. But like I said, then if we don't if we don't have any more questions, like I said, we'll just get back to the we'll get back to the normal program. Like I said, we'll probably come through in the week during the weekday,
Yeah,
and but we'll definitely be back here next Sunday, and hopefully at 11:30, not 12:30, but it doesn't matter. But we'll make sure that it comes at one of these times. And like I said, that we want y'all, y'all love and y'all approval, and that's why I keep asking for Q&A as well. We can bring enough stuff to y'all, but again, we want to grow this situation and this platform together where you're looking forward to coming to see Bay and myself, and you're gonna be able to have fun, ask questions, and be a part of the show more than just kind of listening and just sitting there and stuff.
It's a community thing.
Right. So, brother, is there anything? She said her favorite was gold. All
Okay. No, that's a good one too.
right, Bay, is there anything that you want to say before we wrap it up? Before we get out of here?
Not really. I just want to say, yeah, mute the mic. I just want to say thanks for having me, man. Thanks for everyone for having patience for us. Thanks for the question and answer. And I just want to just give props and love to the community. And I guess I'll see you guys one day this week. I mean, definitely Sunday, but one day this week. And thank you. And anybody got any questions and answers? I mean, any questions? Send them to T History, and he put them in the chat. Comment in the chat. And that's it, man. It's a community thing, man. So I just want to thank you all, man. And peace and love, T History.
All right, the same here, man. Tommy, thanks for coming and thank you for the support. Along with Zad, I still couldn't find that thing out, Tommy, with Zad. I don't see him, but he's there. So blessings to my bro, Zad JMS. And it's nothing but love, everybody. And you know what I'm saying? Y'all came to make history. We just did it all together. Have a great afternoon. Go outside, put a smile on the straight in the face. Oh, just go kiss Auntie in the forehead. Granny is sitting in that big couch, go give her a hug. You know what I'm saying? It just have to be some type of love that we express with the next person. So until next time, y'all.
Oh, T. You hear me? Real quick, I'm sorry. I wanted to let the people know. My daughter had just reminded me. But we got the wands. Anybody that's into this. And like I said, we're gonna speak about this in a prior show. But I got a few things, and I got some rings too. But I got I got a few things. So yeah, definitely. We're going to speak about that though.
All righty then. So everybody, until later on, so whenever you hear from C from Friendly Extortion 101, please subscribe to his channel, and we looking forward to seeing him later on, as well as myself with him, because we have something to talk about. What we just started with that panel hopping and the love that needs to be shown around these streets. If you don't want to show it, we're just gonna take it. All right, y'all. Y'all have a good one, man. We out of here. History. Peace.
All right, peace. Thank you.